Okay, good morning dear friends. From today we will solve the word problems of chapter number 3, that is linear equation in two variables. As I told you in the beginning of the chapter that these kind of sums are asked for 4 marks according to the paper pattern given by the board. So one question from chapter number 3, which is of the word problem format, will be there in section B. In section B, you are having 5 questions, each of 4 marks. Okay, so from today onwards, we are going to solve those sums which are very important in board for 4 marks, which are asked in section B. Now, example 7 and 18 are similar to the questions that we solved in exercise 3.6, question number 1. So you have to solve example 17 and 18 on your own. I will teach you how to solve example 19. Now this is a very important sum. This type of sum is there in the example part also, and such sums you will find in exercise also. Let us understand the question first. A boat goes 30 km upstream and 44 km downstream in 10 hours, and in 13 hours it can go 40 km upstream and 55 km downstream. We need to determine the speed of the stream and that of the boat in the still water. Now first of all, let us try to understand the question. What is the meaning of upstream and downstream? River always flows where there is a slope, otherwise it becomes a lake. If it's a stagnant water, then it is a lake. अगर पानी एक जगह पे ठहरा हुआ है तो वो लेक बनाता है. In river you will find that water continuously flows. क्यों? क्योंकि रिवर जहाँ पे फ्लो होती है तो वहाँ पे 2 एंड्स पे हाइट का डिफरेंस होता है, और उस हाइट के डिफरेंस की वजह से पानी एक जगह से दूसरी जगह फ्लो करता है. तो जब आप बहाव के साथ जा रहे हो अप टू डाउन, एट दैट टाइम यू आर मूविंग डाउनस्ट्रीम. लेकिन अगर आप बहाव के विपरीत दिशा में, ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन में जा रहे हो, तो उसको बोलते हैं अपस्ट्रीम. नाउ what 2 things we have to find in the sum? We need to determine the speed of the stream and that the speed of the boat in still water. So the 2 things that we need to find, we will take them as x and y. So suppose I will write we have taken the speed of boat in still water as x km/h, and we will take speed of stream as y km/h. Now understand properly. When I am going with the flow, this is downstream. Okay, when I am moving in this direction, that means I am moving downstream. When you are moving downstream, at that time the speed of the boat and the speed of the stream both are added. बच्चों, आपने एक्सपीरियंस किया होगा कि जब आप साइकिलिंग करते थे उस वक्त अगर हवा की दिशा आप जिस डायरेक्शन में साइकिल चला रहे हो उस डायरेक्शन में होती है तो आपकी स्पीड बढ़ जाती है. क्यों? बिकॉज बोथ द स्पीड, आपकी जो साइकिलिंग की स्पीड है और जो हवा की स्पीड है वो दोनों एड अप हो जाती है. सेम थिंग व्हेन आई एम मूविंग डाउनस्ट्रीम, मींस बोट भी इस तरफ जा रहा है और पानी का बहाव भी इस तरफ है. तो एट दैट टाइम योर ओरिजिनल स्पीड इज एडिशन ऑफ बोथ द स्पीड. कौन से बोथ द स्पीड्स? द स्पीड ऑफ द बोट एज वेल एज द स्पीड ऑफ द स्ट्रीम. दैट मींस इफ यू आर मूविंग डाउनस्ट्रीम, आप जब बहाव के साथ डाउनस्ट्रीम जा रहे हो तब आपकी स्पीड हो जाएगी x प्लस y, where x जो आपकी बोट है उसकी स्पीड है और y जो है वो स्पीड ऑफ द स्ट्रीम है, जो पानी का बहाव है उसकी स्पीड है. उससे ऑपोजिट कब होता है? सपोज दिस इज द स्लोप, रिवर इज मूविंग लाइक दिस, and you are rowing your boat opposite to the direction of the stream, यानी आप upstream जा रहे हैं. When you are going upstream, at that time the speed of stream goes against the speed of the boat. समझिए इस बात को. ये अगेन हम उस एग्जांपल से ले सकते हैं कि जब आप साइकिल चला रहे हो और अगर हवा सामने से आ रही हो तो आपको साइकिल की स्पीड बढ़ाने के लिए और जोर लगाना पड़ता है. क्यों? क्योंकि जो हवा की स्पीड है वो आपकी स्पीड को कम कर रही है, वो आपके जब मोशन है उसके अगेंस्ट जा रही है. सेम लॉजिक इज अप्लाइड हियर आल्सो, दैट व्हेन आई एम रोइंग माय बोट अगेंस्ट द स्ट्रीम, पानी का बहाव इस तरफ से इस तरफ जा रहा है और मेरी बोट उसके ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन में जा रही है, तो उसको अपस्ट्रीम बोलते हैं. सो व्हेन योर बोट इज मूविंग अपस्ट्रीम, at that time the speed of stream goes against the speed of boat. तो उस वक्त आपकी जो नेट स्पीड होती है when you are moving upstream, that becomes x minus y. So once again ये समझना बहुत बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि हर सम में आगे से हम फिर डायरेक्टली ऐसे ड्रॉ नहीं करेंगे, डायरेक्टली ले लेंगे कि the speed of the boat while going downstream is x plus y and the speed of boat while going upstream is x minus y. तो मैंने आपको लॉजिकली समझाया कि यहाँ पे हम क्यों x plus y लेते हैं, यहाँ पे क्यों हम x minus y लेते हैं. So again when you are moving downstream, मतलब कि आप जो रिवर जा रही है उसके बहाव के साथ जा रहे हैं, तो दोनों स्पीड एड अप होती है, the speed of the boat and the speed of the stream. तो आपकी जो नेट स्पीड होती है, जो टोटल स्पीड होती है when you are moving downstream becomes x plus y किलोमीटर पर आवर. And the opposite to it, when you are moving upstream, means in other words, when you are moving in the direction opposite to the flow of the stream, at that time the speed of stream is against the speed of the boat. So your net speed or the total speed while traveling upstream becomes x minus y kilometer per hour. So I will take next two assumptions. So speed of boat while going upstream, तो जब हम अपस्ट्रीम जाते हैं तो स्पीड क्या रहती है? फॉर अपस्ट्रीम इट्स x minus y. डोंट फॉरगेट टू राइट द यूनिट बिकॉज दिस इज स्पीड. तो सिर्फ x minus y नहीं लिखेंगे, वी विल राइट x minus y किलोमीटर पर आवर. इन द सेम वे स्पीड ऑफ बोट while going downstream, when we are going downstream our speed becomes x plus y kilometer per hour. So I will write the net speed as x plus y kilometer per hour. So dear friend, I hope you have understood that when you go downstream your speed becomes x plus y kilometer per hour, when you go upstream it becomes x minus y kilometer per hour. Now the conditions here are given in the context of time. Okay, so equations will be also framed based on time. Now see the condition number 1. A boat goes 30 kilometer upstream and 44 kilometer downstream in 10 hours. In total time, जो 10 hours जो टाइम है उसमें बोट कहां पे जाती है? इट गोस 30 किलोमीटर अपस्ट्रीम एंड 44 किलोमीटर डाउनस्ट्रीम. वो दोनों टाइम है, 30 किलोमीटर अपस्ट्रीम जाने का और 44 किलोमीटर डाउनस्ट्रीम आने का. दोनों का टोटल होके होता है 40 किलोमीटर, सॉरी 10 hours. ओके, तो I will write equation in the terms of time. So first, time taken by boat to go. सबसे पहले कहाँ जाता है? 30 किलोमीटर अपस्ट्रीम. So 30 kilometer upstream. Now dear friends, in science we have studied the concept of speed. How do we find speed? Speed is equal to distance traveled upon time taken. here equation is in the form of time. So time will be distance upon speed. So time taken by boat to go 30 किलोमीटर, that time should be equal to distance upon speed. तो क्वेश्चन में ही आपको पता चल रहा है डिस्टेंस कितना किलोमीटर है, 30 किलोमीटर. तो ऊपर आएगा 30 अपॉन स्पीड. स्पीड लेकिन किस बात की, हम कहां पे जा रहे हैं, वी आर मूविंग अपस्ट्रीम. सो व्हेन आई एम मूविंग अपस्ट्रीम, लुक व्हाट इज माय स्पीड. व्हेन आई एम मूविंग अपस्ट्रीम माय स्पीड इज x minus y किलोमीटर पर आवर. So here I will write x minus y. Now this time taken by boat to go 30 km upstream is represented as 30 upon x minus y. I will tell that time as let us say t1. तो ये तो बात हो गई जब हम अपस्ट्रीम जाते हैं. We also go 44 km डाउनस्ट्रीम. तो उसका एक अलग इक्वेशन बनाएंगे. So time taken by boat to go, what is the distance, 44 kilometer downstream. So 44 kilometer downstream. Again what is time, मैंने जैसा आपको बताया कि time is equal to distance upon speed. So here what is the distance, distance हमको कितना ट्रैवल करना है, तो distance to be traveled is 44 kilometer. So I will write 44 upon speed. यहाँ पे स्पीड हम कहां पे जा रहे हैं, वी आर मूविंग डाउनस्ट्रीम. एंड एज वी डिस्कस्ड अर्लियर, व्हेन अ बोट इज गोइंग डाउनस्ट्रीम, इट्स नेट स्पीड इज कंसीडर्ड टू बी x plus y किलोमीटर पर आवर. सो हियर आई विल राइट x plus y and I will consider this time as t2. Okay, now again have a look at the condition over here. A boat goes 30 kilometer upstream, उसका टाइम एंड 44 किलोमीटर डाउनस्ट्रीम. वो दोनों टाइम को जब आप ऐड ऑन करते हो, देन द टोटल टाइम टेकन इज 10 hours. ओके, सो नाउ अकॉर्डिंग टू कंडीशन नंबर 1, आई शुड हैव t1 plus t2 is equal to 10. What is t1 and t2? t1 is time taken by the boat to travel 30 kilometer upstream and t2 is time taken by boat to go 44 kilometer downstream. इन दोनों इवेंट्स का टोटल टाइम है 10 hours. So this time t1 plus t2 is equal to 10. Now what we will do, we'll simply put the values of t1 and t2. t1 यानी क्या है, तो t1 is 30 upon x minus y. Okay, plus t2. What is t2? 44 upon x plus y. Okay. So when you add up these two times, the net time taken is 10 hours. So this t1 plus t2 is equal to 10. So 30 upon x minus y plus 44 upon x plus y is equal to 10. Now while solving these sums, as I said again and again, okay, when you get x and y in the denominator part, you have to assume it as a and b. So now what I will do, I will take 1 upon x minus y is equal to a and I will take 1 upon x plus y is equal to b. So when I take 1 upon x minus y is equal to a and 1 upon x plus y is equal to b, then our equation becomes a simple one. Now the equation that I will have is 30a plus 44b is equal to 10. So this is my equation number 1 that I got based on condition number 1. So now using condition 2, okay, we will get equation number 2 and then solve it by any convenient method. Okay dear friends, as the sum was very long, we could not complete it in one word, so I have rubbed the previous part, but I have written the condition number 1 into the equation form that we got by previous calculation. Now we will move to the condition number 2 and we will use the same logic. Okay, what is the second condition? In 13 hours, so in total time of 13 hours, it can go 40 km upstream and 55 km downstream. So again I will make two equations in the terms of time and I will tell those times to be t3 and t4. तो यहाँ पे हम देखेंगे इन 13 hours it can go 40 kilometer upstream. So I will write time to go 40 kilometer upstream. Now again, what is time? Time is distance upon speed. What is the distance? हम अपस्ट्रीम कितने किलोमीटर जा रहे हैं? The distance is 40 kilometer. So ऊपर आएगा 40 and as we are going upstream, तो मैंने जो आपको डायग्राम ड्रॉ करके बताया था कि जब आप अपस्ट्रीम जाते हो तो जो स्टीम की स्पीड है that goes against the speed of the boat. So that speed is x minus y. So now I will term this time as T3 because we already taken T1 and T2 in condition number 1. Okay. Now he is also going 55 kilometer downstream. So the next equation is time to go 55 kilometer downstream. Again, what is time? Time is distance upon speed. हम कितना distance जा रहे हैं? Distance is 55 kilometer. So this is 55. And as we have discussed earlier that when we are going downstream, then the speed of the boat and speed of the stream adds up. In short, at that time, our net speed is x plus y kilometer per hour. So time to go 55 kilometer downstream is distance upon time, so speed, that is 55 upon x plus y. I will name this time as T4. Now these two times add up और हमको टाइम कितना मिलता है? 13 hours. Understand the condition properly. In 13 hours, total 13 hours में boat can go 40 kilometer upstream and 55 kilometer downstream. यानी ये दो टाइम जब आप ऐड करोगे तो आपको मिलना चाहिए 13 hours. So now according to this condition, I should have T3 plus T4. T3 plus T4. Hours कितने हैं? 13. So that means T3 plus T4 should be 30. Now what are the values of T3 and T4? So I will write 40 upon x minus y plus 55 upon x plus y is equal to 13. Now when we discuss condition number 1, जब वहां पे इक्वेशन आया था तभी हमने क्या कर लिया था? We had taken 1 upon x minus y as a and 1 upon x plus y as b. तो there is no necessity to write it again and again. तो हम क्या करेंगे? यहाँ पे भी 1 upon x minus y को a कंसीडर करेंगे और 1 upon x plus y को b कंसीडर करेंगे. So now my equation will be 40a plus 55b is equal to 30. So this gives me my simple equation in second form. Okay. So this is my equation number 1. This is my equation number 2. Now the question will proceed in the way that we used to solve previously also. Okay. So here we have two equations in simple form. So either we will eliminate a or b. After getting the value of a or b, we will find the value of b, and then we'll go to the assumption part, and then we'll try to find the values of x and y. क्यों x and y find करेंगे? क्योंकि सब के शुरुआत में हमने लिया था let the speed of the boat be x किलोमीटर पर आवर and the speed of stream to be y किलोमीटर आवर. क्वेश्चन में भी हमको यही पूछा है कि हमको दो चीज जो फाइंड करनी है वो क्या फाइंड करनी है? स्पीड ऑफ बोट इन स्टिल वाटर. स्टिल वाटर का मतलब क्या होता है? जब पानी का बहाव नहीं हो रहा है, स्टेडी वाटर होता है, तो उस वक्त जो स्पीड होती है वो x होती है और जो स्पीड ऑफ स्ट्रीम होती है वो y होती है. अगर आप डाउनस्ट्रीम जा रहे हो तो दोनों स्पीड ऐड होती है, जब अपस्ट्रीम आ रहे हो तो x में से y माइनस होता है. ठीक है. सो माय टारगेट इज इन शॉर्ट टू फाइंड द वैल्यूज ऑफ x एंड y. सो आई विल राइट दिस टू इक्वेशन साइड बाय साइड. दिस इज माय इक्वेशन नंबर 1, दिस इज माय इक्वेशन नंबर 2. इक्वेशन 2 के नीचे मैं इक्वेशन नंबर 1 लिख देता हूं तो जगह को थोड़ा बचा सके हम. सो आई हैव 30a plus 44b is equal to 10. Okay. Suppose I want to let us say eliminate a part. हमको a वाला पार्ट है वो eliminate करना है. तो here I am having 40 and 30. तो 40 और 30 का जो lowest common multiple है that will be 120. Okay. So to get 120 and eliminate the a part, I will multiply this equation with 3. हम इस equation को multiply by 3 करेंगे और जो equation 1 है उसको multiply by 4 करेंगे. तो उससे क्या होगा? 40 वीजा 120 हो जाएगा और यहाँ पे जो 30 है that is multiplied by 4, that will also become 120. So I can eliminate the A part, and then I will find out the B part, and from B part then I will also find the value of A. Okay, so to eliminate the A part, as we have seen that I will multiply this equation with 3 and second equation with 4. Now what I will have, 40 into 3, that is 120A plus 55B into 3 will give me 165B is equal to 13 3s I will get 39. Similarly, the second equation is multiplied by 4. So I will have again 128 plus 44 into 4 will give 176. B is equal to 10 into 4 will give 40. Now, as you can see over here that the coefficient of A is same, that is 120. But both have positive sign, so they can't be eliminated. So to eliminate the A part, I will have to change the sign in equation number 2. So I will change the sign in all the terms of equation 2. Minus, minus, and here also minus. So now I can safely eliminate A part. 165B minus 176B will give me minus 11B, and 39 minus 40 will give me minus 1. So therefore, in short, value of B will come 1 upon 11. Okay, so after getting the value of B as 1 upon 11, I will put that value in any equation to get the value of A. Suppose we are putting in this equation. So I have 30A plus 44 into B. But what is value of B? Value of B is 1 by 11. So I will write here 1 by 11 is equal to 10. Now as we know, 11 4s are 44. So this will cut and here I will get 4. So now I have 30A is equal to 10 minus 4, that is 6. Therefore, now value of A will be equal to 6 upon 30. 6 5s are 30. So now value of A is 1 upon 5. So now we have value of both A and B. What is value of B? Value of B is 1 by 11 and value of A is 1 upon 5. Now after getting these values, we will move to the assumption part because our main target is to find the values of X and Y. Okay, so what was my assumption? Okay, I had taken 1 upon X minus Y as A and 1 upon X plus Y as B. So 1 upon X minus Y is equal to A. So therefore, I will have 1 upon X minus Y is equal to what is A? A is 1 upon 5. So by cross multiplying this, I will have one equation, that is X minus Y is equal to 5. Okay. Similarly, 1 upon X plus Y was equal to B. So therefore, 1 upon X plus Y is equal to, what is value of B? Value of B is 1 upon 11. So when you cross multiply this, X plus Y, 1 X plus Y is equal to 11 1 11. So I will have X plus Y is equal to 11. Now again, we will use the elimination method over here to get the values of X and Y from these two equations. So as you can clearly see, this minus Y and plus Y gets cut. So I have X plus X, that is 2X is equal to 16. Therefore value of X is 8. And when you put in any of the equation, like X plus Y is 11, I put X is equal to 8 over here, then I will get value of Y as 3. So that means I have shortage of space over here, so I am not writing the answer statement, but you need to write the answer statement properly. What was X? X was the speed of the boat in still water. So what I will write? That the speed of boat in still water is 8 km per hour. Don't simply write 8. Okay? When you are getting good marks, your half mark or 1 mark might get cut if you don't write the units properly. Here X and Y is speed. So you have to measure it in km per hour. Suppose you are solving the sum related to age, then you have to measure it in the terms of years. Okay? So be very careful in writing the units. So the speed of boat in still water is 8 km per hour. And what was Y? Y was the speed of the stream. So I will write that the speed of the stream, that is the speed of the flow of water means water is flowing at what speed? It's flowing at the speed of 3 km per hour.